Bloated every single day after any meal or even still water, waking up already bloated before you've even had a chance to eat anything, often still feeling that yesterday's dinner in your stomach. I hear you. I am the same. I'm Kira, the gut princess, and I've been suffering from IBS for over 13 years, and most of the time my stomach, well, it feels like a balloon. The bad news is that there is currently no cure for bloating. There is no magic pill that you can take and just make your symptoms disappear. Throughout my IBS journey, I've been seeing multiple gastrologists, nutritionists, psychologists, neurologists, Chinese medicine practitioner. I mean, the list goes on and on. The bad news is that none of them were helpful, not a single one of them. The good news is that when you've got everything checked out and you know for sure that there is nothing really, really bad happening with you, your best doctor will be yourself. Here is what worked for me personally. A big disclaimer that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical practitioner myself, and I'm just sharing my personal experience that hoping that it will help someone, at least one person. Number one, eat small portions only. There is no getting out of this one, regardless of how gut friendly your large portions might be. I have to split my meals into around 6 portions, starting with a protein shake after gym. Then, in around 2 hours, I will have one protein bar. For dinner, at around 6 or 7, I'll normally have a moderate portion of scrambled tofu with some vegetables, and that would be the largest meal of my day. At around 8 or 9, I'll take a snack, maybe almonds, dark chocolate, nut butter, or if it's been a very tough day, I'll be very, very naughty and I'll have gummy bears. It's the only treat that doesn't trigger immediate and severe bloating for me. The hardest part with it is to get enough calories in at least 70 grams of protein for me personally. Second one, it's very controversial. Drink coffee. I've read about multiple cons of coffee, increased anxiety, heartburn, insomnia. Coffee has really been kind of demonized. My own experience is that coffee is the only thing that kickstarts my system in the morning and makes my stomach do any work. I do limit it to 2 portions though, early morning and late morning. Third one, do intermittent fasting. I know this probably goes against everything that you might have heard about IBS, but for me personally, it's the only way to go to gym at kind of early lunchtime and get rid of yesterday's bloating before I put any other food in my system. That's why my first meal of the day would always be a protein shake with pea protein powder. I found it the less irritable for my stomach. Fourth one. Again, this is probably the opposite of what you've heard before. Drink your water or any other liquid such as tea, juices, at least 30 minutes after or before the meal. It's also part of Ayurveda system, which I'm following almost religiously, obviously except for coffee. This is something that I learned during my yoga teacher training, and it has really improved the quality of my life. Also, make sure this water is warm. Cold water might cause food fermentation in your gut instead of digesting it, and this is something you definitely don't want to happen. Fifth one is probably the most controversial and might attract a lot of criticisms from all nutritionists. But what really helped me around 6 years ago is going vegetarian. I did it for ethical reasons, despite all advice to eat a lot of meat, which was actually making me really sick at some point. And this change really improved my digestion. I mean, it was a tremendous change. Sadly, after COVID, everything came back and became much worse. I had 2 COVIDs. I'm still a vegetarian though, and I would never consider going back. Sixth one. None of the eye-watering expensive probiotics or enzymes really helped me. I tried pretty much everything what's in the market. But drinking ginger tea 30 minutes after each meal does help. It's very cheap and it tastes very nice too. I add ginger powder, about quarter of teaspoon, and some lemon. And finally, the last one, a very popular one that actually does work. Keep moving around as much as you can. A walk, a jog, lift weight in yoga. Literally anything is better than lying down, as tempting as it is. And the most important thing is to remember that there is no one size fits all in IBS. If something doesn't work for you, Don't do it. When it comes to IBS, only you know what's better for you. Thank you very much for watching. Please share what worked for you personally with your bloating, and maybe if you tried any of the tips I've mentioned. And if you found this video useful, please consider liking it, please consider subscribing. This way I will know that this blog is worth continuing.